Alright guys, so today we're going to be breaking down the Amazing Spider-Man #3 comic, which is a big comic considering the date on which this is being dropped. It's leading up to the Spider-Man No Way Home premiere coming in the next week or two. So this is a big one for more than one reason, and we'll get right into that. So on screen right now you can see the roadmap, and that's our plan for the video. And these are the covers right now. The comment obviously looks like one of the best. It's, to me, the comments always look like the best, if not second best. Cover are the lot. The ultra rare and super rare look really good, I think, in my opinion. Especially the super rare with the new yellow background, that works really well. The edition sizes for the comic drop, nothing different to what they normally are. And you can see the asterisks for the rare and ultra rares. That's because they have exclusive covers to VeVe, which just provides different variants to collect. We'll have to see how that kind of plays into the price long term when more people join the app, especially comic collectors, because variants are pretty interesting to have in the comic world. When you have different versions of the comic, it just looks nice, and that's collectible. So if you like the way they look, then buy them, I would say, because long term they might pay off really well. And these are screenshots of my spreadsheet, which is linked below in the description if you want to check them out. There's a tab for comics, which is basic information. Also a tab for the Marvel Mighties, and all the resources that I use, and I would recommend checking all of them out because they help me a lot when it comes to tracking NFTs and being in the know with recent information as well. So this comic, of course, has the Doctor Octopus first appearance, and we'll talk about Doc Ock sooner rather than later. Of course, Spider-Man is the hero, and these are the supporting characters. All 6 of them are characters that come up in Spider-Man series quite often, so nothing too different here. Alright, so more about Doc Ock. His first name is Otto Octavius. He's a very intelligent scientist, and the way that he's been his villain origin story is basically him doing an experiment and having it go really wrong, leaving his body fused, with the mechanical tentacles that he's created, and he becomes a super villain because of the toxic substances that he is exposed to after this accident, which makes him super villain almost against his will, if you can say that. It's also stories of like a background information about his parents dying and a lot of tragedy in his childhood, basically, so that all plays into it, I guess. But he is like one of the biggest villains in the MCU, and top 2 for Spider-Man for sure. Real world comic value and collectability. Obviously Doc Ock spear, that's really big. He's Spider-Man's arch nemesis, and there's a lot of hype surrounding him and Spider-Man, the whole Marvel franchise right now, because of the new Spider-Man No Way Home movie coming out mid-December. So I'll be watching that, and I'm sure most of you guys will be doing as well, because that is a big movie coming out, and he's one of the main villains. We've seen him a lot in the trailers. So this comic is probably the best time for this comic to be released on VeVe because of all the hype around it. So it is a key comic, and you can see from the picture on the left that the highest grading here on things Go Collect, I'll have to check the link later, for a 9.6 CGC rating, it goes to $145,000, so very expensive and very valuable for the physical comic, and I'm sure that correlates to the VeVe price as well. Not 1-to-1, I would say, but for sure more expensive than most of the other commons around there. Yeah, it is Go Collect. These are the links for the sources that I've used, so you can check them out individually if you want to do further reading, of course. And my final thoughts for this comic is definitely a hold. this is a big comic in Spider-Man series. It's just number 3, so it is right at the start of the whole Spider-Man storyline. He's a key villain, and of course the movie's hype makes this really, really big. You can just check out the YouTube videos on the new movie. The views are massive, and the fan base is so dedicated to this Spider-Man franchise. So for sure, this is gonna be a valuable comic on VeVe, and I'm sure it'll do well long term as well. So I'm sure you can flip it for a good profit straight off the drop. But if you were to hold it long term, you can't go wrong with that. And comments on what I'm gonna do for this drop, I'll try to get as many as I can through the rebounds. You can check out VeVe Vault video, Rebound Gate. Yeah, Rebound Gate. That's the name of the gate that he's called it. And you can check it out on his channel. I'll leave a link in the description for that. It is a must watch, I think, for all comic drops coming up. Hopefully I'll pick one up off the market if I can afford it with the gem balance, and depending on how many comics I'm able to get on the drop itself. I'll be targeting comments because my philosophy is that comments will outdo most, if not all, of the other rarities long term, because they are the comic kind of cover that everyone recognizes. So yeah, I'll be targeting comments for sure on the market, especially if I get good deals on them and good mid numbers. And if I get uncommon or super rare, I'll probably flip them just so I can afford the comments. And super rare because that gives me a lot of opportunity to spend on other comics as well, especially with Spider-Man coming out. I might take advantage of that a lot more. The rare and ultra rare look really cool to me, so I might keep them depending on the prices are. If they're flying, then I might just flip them. But yeah, it all comes down to how the market's looking. And I would say that for all comics, don't just go into the drop with a decision, okay, I'm gonna flip it at the end. I would say see how the market looks the first couple of minutes, and then based on that, make a decision. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned something about the new comic coming up. Like, subscribe, comment if you have any suggestions how I can improve this. Also, if you enjoyed it, let me know. I'll appreciate that. You can check out my Twitter, VeVe Camino. And yeah, thank you for watching and listening. And I wish you all the luck on that drop, guys. It's a big one.